Hey guys, welcome to Comfy Cozy. So today I'm going to be doing a tag. I haven't done a tag in a while. I've been tagged several times this year and just never did them because for whatever reason I just didn't. But I'm going to do one today. And it's the Vlogmas tag. Why not, since I'm doing Vlogmas? And I was tagged by Always Doing, and she is a booktuber I've been watching all year. I like that she has she selects a lot of books that I've never heard of, authors I've never heard of, but she also mixes it with also well known. She reads pretty much everything. She has those romance books that I always smile at because I'm like, oh, she reads that. But I love that, and I love her unusual books because she is based in Japan. I like hearing about bits and pieces that she do share about her living in Japan and interpreting in Japan. So maybe one day she'll just do an entire video in Japanese language. So it's an idea. Anyway, let me just go by, and I'm gonna be looking at my phone a lot because that's where the questions are, and also I have my computer open to look at some of the books. So I'm gonna try to select books. What's that? I'm gonna try to select books that I read this year to answer some of these if it pertains to it. And it's has VVs for Voyage, a book that involves traveling, and I'm probably gonna choose. Out of my list, it's probably gonna be I just had it too. The Star Side of Bird Hill, and it involves these girls who were whisked off to the Caribbean to stay with their grandmother after their mother's been through some things. I did a review on this book, but it's just nice seeing how when living in America and then going into the Caribbean and the culture and different things that they experience. I just thought it was really nice, and it does showcase Barbados in a way that you want to go visit, because it didn't just talk about like city but more of the actual culture. So that's a good book, I think, that has a little traveling going on there. Second one is L is for LGBTQIA plus. Oh guys, that's a lot of acronym now. But recommend a favorite book or author. This year was the first time I've read several books that had some form of subject or character or something that has to do with that, and I was kind of happy because I wanted to still dip and dab in it because I just don't read a lot of it, and there's a few, but I'm going to focus mostly on this one book, which is a young adult, which is the black the stars and the blackness between us. So I'm going to insert all of them here so you can see the pictures of the books, because I don't have them all on me right now. But this book, talks about a young girl who was found out about in her country, in an island, and shipped off to America because her family was just afraid of, her sexuality. But it's a book that I thought that was really good. I talked about it a lot, at least 3 other videos that I talked about it. So you can find it on my channel if you want to know more about the book. But it does tackle that subject. There are some other ones that I've read that tackle that as well, but that's the one I want to showcase in this video. O is Oldies But Goodies, a book you read a long time ago that holds a special place in your heart. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to talk about it this year only because the movie came out, and that is the Goldfinch. And oh my god, that's one of my favorite book of all time. I still did not see the movie because I just did not want to get my feelings hurt, so I didn't go see the movie. But that book I loved. It stuck with me for a while. I read it quite a few years ago when it just came out. It's a book that I still will read now. It's a book that I've had the book haunt me for weeks. Like I was going to bed waking up thinking about the book, and it is a really good book, and I'll insert all of that up here so you can see it. G is for gift. Share some anecdotes about good bad experience with giving and receiving a book gift. I don't have any, guys. For one, maybe my niece and nephew might hate it because I give them books. I'm not about that toy because they just break it soon. So I always give them a book if I do give them Christmas gift. But for me personally, no one gives me books because they don't know what I've read and what I didn't, and which is good because they don't know. So I wouldn't want them. I would rather them give me a gift card, which I've had, where I just go and buy my own books. So yeah, that one doesn't really. Yeah, sorry. M is for Mass Paperback. Do you like them? Why or why not? Show us a couple. Talk about a couple that you have read. Don't have any on me, but all my Beverly Jenkins are Mass Paperback. I do own a few. The video I did on my bookshelf, you'll see a corner where I have a bunch of Mass Paperback from her. She's the only one that would make me buy Mass Paperback. Not a big fan of them. I just think they're just the writing is too small because it's all condensed, and it's just no. I'd rather it be a little wider. But the Mass Paperback is just not my, especially if it's a book that is like 500 pages where it's so thick and where you're gonna put it in your bag. So I'm not a fan of it. But Beverly Jenkins, I will buy it because I love her. So I will suck it up and get all the Mass Paperback when it comes to Beverly Jenkins. Alright, so we have A. A is for all in the family. Whether you come from a family of readers or you do not, tell us about it. Well, you guys already know my mom was an English teacher. She used to teach English in high school. So she used to want me to read all the time, and I did not. I was a rebellious child because if she wanted me to read it, I'm not going to read it. I don't know. I don't know why we do that to our parents. And look at me now. She lies a lot because she used to be like, well, when you were so young, I tried to get you to read. But it's, a lot of time I realized when I got to the age where I could purchase my own books, I realized that it's not that I didn't like to read. It's just that I didn't like to read books that she wanted me to read at the time. This year, you guys know I read 2 books that two of her favorite books, and I loved it. But at a young age, had she given me those books to read, I would have been miserable because I wasn't in that frame of mind to even get into books like that. So I think now that I'm a little bit smarter about reading, whenever I have, especially like my niece and nephew or younger people with me, I typically take them to the bookstore and let them choose what they want to read, or I ask them, what are you interested in? I don't force what I want them to read on them, unless it's something I think, based on their personality, I think they might like. But for the most part, that made me a little bit more savvy about giving kids a book, and I want them to select their own book. So because I feel like if they select their own book, there's a better chance of them wanting to read and continue reading. So that's what I feel about that. And S is for Santa. Books on your Christmas wish list. Alright, I own, let's see, Toni Morrison has what, 11 books, 11 novels? So, and I own, I believe, 6 or 7. So, there's a few that I don't own that I want. So I want to own her complete books, like all her books. I want to own the entire books that she has. And also James Baldwin. Like, I want to own all his books, and I only have 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Maybe 5. Those are the 2 that that I want. I just want books that I know are classic, that are timeless, that is something that will always be a treasure on my bookshelf, that will always have memories, good memories of their literature and the influence that these authors have. And those are the 2 authors right now, because guys know I'm a huge Jane Austen fan. I own every single book, every single one, including her short story collection. So that made me feel good when I had the entire collection. So now I just need to add some James Baldwin entire collection and Toni Morrison's entire collection, and then I'll be good. Yeah. So that's it, guys. I am going to tag. Let me see who's doing Vlogmas that haven't been tagged. or want to do this. I don't really know, because I was looking at the list of people who got tagged that I think are doing Vlogmas. But if you haven't done it and you're doing Vlogmas, do the tag. Better yet, if you're a YouTuber, period, do the tag. Because I think it doesn't really have to be, you don't really have to be doing Vlogmas to do it. I know, like, you know, like Didi, I would love for her to do this, because she's doing somewhat of a Vlogmas section, but she's doing it written style. She's doing 25 days of blog posts on her blog. So guys, you should definitely go check out Brown Girl Reading blog. Every day she's doing a blog post of book recommendations and certain things that she's talking about, and I think it's worth reading. So check her out. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.